put you on a one-way flight. I can get you here tonight. You know I can change your life. First class, alright. Put you on a one-way flight. I can get you here tonight. You know I can change your life. First class, alright. Put you on a one-way flight. I can get you here tonight. You know I can change your life. First class, alright. Put you on a one-way flight. I can get you here tonight. You know I can change your life. First class, alright. Put you on a one-way flight. I can get you here tonight. You know I can change your life. First class, alright.
Time to run it all. I wake up. Yeah. I wake up. Flex. Thumb down now. Check. No drip. This. Tell 'em run it all. No sleep. No rest. Might crash. Might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell 'em run it all. I wake up. Flex. Thumb down now. Check. No drip. This. Tell 'em run it all. No sleep. No rest. Might crash. Might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell 'em run it. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands. I'm by my lonely. Turned to a savage. Now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans. Don't need no friends. I got my homies. Thought I could trust you. I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one up on that court. I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out. Can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ and Tom Brady. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check, no drip this, tell 'em run it all, no sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch, tell 'em run it all. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check, no drip this, tell 'em run it all, no sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch, tell 'em run it all. Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to Europe. I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry. Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself, they getting buried. Dance with the devil, used to love playing those games. Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain. I made a promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check, no drip this, tell 'em run it all. No sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch, tell 'em run it all. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check, no drip this, tell 'em run it all. No sleep, no rest, might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch, tell 'em run it all.
Good morning all. Yes, sir. Hope everyone is well. Hope everyone is good. Happy Wednesday today. Make sure all systems go. There we go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's doing good. Let's get it. Let's get it. Big move up on the stock market yesterday. If you guys weren't trading NY session, one to be aware of. Very, very good NY session in terms of movement there. Managed to catch something myself, and then it just gave more and more and more options. So very simple yesterday. We'll have a look at it, go over it together, and then yeah, we'll do the analysis as well. So we'll probably do analysis first, then go over it while we wait. So let's have a look at the calendar though. Today was clean, if I remember. Yeah, I did highlight that yesterday. A little bit of ECB speaks, a Bank of England speeches as well. 1 a.m. we had, wow, why is he speaking at 1 a.m.? He must be in a different country. Yeah, pretty clean day. Nothing really in terms of the news side there. I actually want to look at GJ here because GJ is coming to a very high point in the market here. And honestly, I could be loading up for a swing trade soon. Yeah. Yeah. But if we want to have more juice today, could trade GJ potentially here. Yeah, GJ will just be a setup 2 from the bottom of the range. So if we are going to touch GJ with the volume it's had over these last few sessions, been quite good. We need pullbacks, which it's doing right now as we speak, and then support creation. So very simple on GJ. Breakouts can work, but a bit deep now. We want to be trading back towards the high instead of above the high. Gold, yesterday, big push. Very nice daily candle close here. Breaking structure, as we can see. We didn't tap this previous daily. Let's check other brokers. We did on other brokers. Okay, so that's a target tap then. This broker we haven't. Check on the main broker here. Vantage. Let's see on Vantage if we tapped. Yeah, we tapped on Vantage as well. So yeah, we have tapped that target there and we're closing bearish from that target. So that's interesting for me to see. It's a bit of mixed here, right? So we have this bullish candle here, but we did tap the previous daily support. So it's pre-DS actually, which is lower than on this broker here. 4-hour time frames here creating a resistance at the moment. We can see we haven't closed back in the previous 4-hour range. 1-hour time frame is trying to break structure. 4 minutes for this candle to close. If we do break back below the 4-hour, can open the door to some sells to retrace some of this move. Yesterday we had a big fundamental push of the de-escalation of war. Now I feel like Trump is just trying to keep the market buoyant. We had a crazy move up, but if we look at oil already is retracing most of that move down here. So we can see we opened on a big gap. We started to recover. Oil prices started to get high and then started to reset. Now we're starting to bounce a little bit again as well here. So we could see that bounce be, you know, formed across multiple markets, not only on gold and Nasdaq and stuff. We can see basically the whole incentive of that move, which would be coupled with basically gold moving down. So let's mark this 30-minute here. So upside can make sense today, but I don't think we're going to see any upside till we at least break the structure. We are moving in a downtrend at the moment. We're having lower highs and lower lows. So for us to go ahead and just take a buy right now without retesting anything major, yes, we're at 4-hour support, which is not a bad zone. But I would like to see at least some sort of structure break, because since the morning here, Asian session, we've had some downside. Now, the nice thing is if we're going to look for buys, we've had our manipulation take place, right? Keep that in mind. Don't forget about that. We've come down below the lows. We've manipulated the lows, so I feel confident about taking buys. For the sells right now, I'd like to see us maybe breach above the highs with just a wick, not a closure, because a closure would trigger a buy. And then we can maybe look to sell from the top of the range. What time was this candle? We have had manipulation to highs and to lows, so both directions are valid at the moment. Yeah, so both directions are valid at the moment, right? With both directions being valid, then we could basically look for either or, right? We can look for either or right here and play it like that. Now, if we're moving on to Nasdaq here, Nasdaq obviously a very strong move from yesterday. Look at this. We've just had an amazing, since beginning of week, just full rallies yesterday. New York session, very straightforward yesterday. A lot of options yesterday in New York session. Yeah, this was New York from here. Just a lot of options, man. Setup ones, continuation plays, pullback plays, you name it. Just lots of options, man. So it was pretty clean yesterday. Obviously now we've reached, you know, heavy volume. We haven't reached any daily targets yet, but we have reached a 4-hour target, which we've created a resistance on. Basically retrace this big candle here, and now we're stopped. So we could see some pullbacks as well, which would more than likely follow gold as well. Right now we're sitting at this support here. If we look at the 1-hour time frame, we have one a bit lower that we need to worry about. Put this here as 15. We'll put the 1 hour as well, because we could bounce off of any of these targets here. So even though it looks super clean on one time frame, you need to check the other time frames. There we go. We can see here 30-minute as well, trying to break below this zone, and 15-minute technically did close below here, but we're bouncing back inside the range. We have a little bit of a retest zone. I feel like trading off a pullback would be quite nice. This was a brilliant option here. And then look at that liquidity grab. Very interesting. So manipulation definitely taking place. I want to see it pull back and then continue down. And that's how it was. Yesterday I sent NY plans in the group, and it was simple as the NY plans, right? We talked about a lot of guys capitalized yesterday in the sessions. It was very, very good to see. Personally, myself, I wish I could have taken more trades. I only took one trade. I posted it for you guys in the Telegram as well, just for you guys to see. I took this trade here. This was just a simple continuation play after the open, and then the guys were on live as well, so we had that running as well. Where's the open, man? Getting lost right here. Where was the open? This one here, right? No, this is not. Yeah, this is the open. So continuation play followed by setup one afterwards as well. This is one I would have liked to take as well. Oh, I'm on a 15. That's why I'm getting lost. Yeah, I took it on lower. So these are the two setups from yesterday. There was one nice tight little entry here that I took before I had to run off. And then there was this simple entry as well. 5-minute candle closed above, stop loss below the lows. That continued pretty nice. Gave you 1 to 1.5 first before a deeper retracement, followed by just a monumental rally. And if you missed that one, then you got this one here as well. And then if you missed that one, you got this one here as well. So a lot of options yesterday. If you didn't manage to capitalize on these options, you have to ask yourself why. What was putting you off? Are you not confident enough with setups and stuff like this? But very nice to see a lot of if you go in the NY chat here, a lot of guys cooking on that. This is a big one. Holding runners for that. That's that first 5-minute candle close there. So pretty nice to see everyone cooking there. So NY was good. US 30 moved slightly similar, a little bit less of power than NQ on yesterday's open. We had lack of continuation compared to, we did have this little 5-minute here, but NQ was just a lot cleaner, right? We had a lot more pressure in technology stocks, and then we had a lot of upside from that. So very simple. DAX yesterday, a lot of range here we can see on the 5. Not really anything too crazy on DAX here. For today, I'm just going to look at it while we're on it. That's a very nice daily candle close there. 4 hours is quite messy at the moment. So we do have mixed session bias. Honestly, quite messy in this range, if I'm being honest. Not very clean. Probably won't be trading DAX for now. So yeah. I was seeing those ICD traders trying to sell Nasdaq all day yesterday. Yeah, yesterday was not the day to sell Nasdaq. I mean, I would show you the plan, but the plan is in video form. I sent a plan saying that we just have massive clean candle zone here, and we've been consolidating breakout. It makes no sense to look for a short until we at least get a break of structure, let alone, you know, wait for a reversal. Makes no sense. Makes absolutely no sense to look for shorts like that. Just follow momentum, you know, you can get paid off very easily like that. So now let's see, 1 hour time frame close with the rejection back above the 4 hour. So we wanted to see it close below the 4 hour to give us a better idea at sells, but we're not getting the close below the 4 hour just yet. Selling below here could be an option, which is this structural point here we have at 48.16. So a close below there, we could look to fill this wick and continue lower. If we start heading up right now, we could potentially start looking for buys soon. If not, then we can be moving on to the sell side if we move up and reject. That'll be the plan for gold. Nasdaq, same type of closure, respecting the range. 30-minute time frame close bearish, 1 hour time frame breaking structure. This is an issue for us here, you know. This is an issue for us here. So we'd have to, I prefer Nasdaq to pull back and then we trade from somewhere up here or here back down. And then we see that would be very, very cool to see that. And then, yeah, that's going to be the plan. So if you guys enjoyed the plans, make sure to leave a like on the stream. You know the drill. 200 of us in here. Get the likes up to 100. Would appreciate it. Hate to say it, part of the game. We call it the YouTube business. Harry, I want to know that why you started trading NQ. Last year you were just trading Forex pairs, gold, not futures. Because I opened funded accounts. So I'm funded on futures. So Nasdaq, I didn't trade much last year because I was trading only CFDs, and CFD spreads on Nasdaq are not the best, but on futures it's not an issue, so I can include Nasdaq. Plus Nasdaq is moving nice. I don't notice any issues with it. Yesterday I got to capitalize off it, so I just decided to start trading it as another pair. Forex pairs this year's, you know, see, a Trump market is not supportive to Forex pairs. Biden markets are supportive to Forex pairs. Trump market is very based on indices because he pushes oil, he pushes stock market. He's very focused on that. He's not very focused on dollar. He's focused on economy, and he wants the stock market to be strong. He wants himself, when he's in presidency, he wants stock markets to be rallying. That's his type of idea, right? Which obviously hasn't been the case because he started a conflict. But it's his general consensus. That's what he focuses on. If you remember back in the day, if anyone here is an experienced trader or has been in the market long enough, you guys will remember back in the day when he was president, he was pumping Bitcoin, right? He was putting a lot of pressure in Bitcoin, sending Bitcoin towards the upside, tweeting so that crypto market would go crazy. Like, that's his idea. His idea is to push risk on assets up. So in his type of market environment, I want to be trading assets that are going to be volatile. You know? And then, you know, I can switch back to other assets. That's the beauty of being a trader, is you need to know the big picture here. Experience trumps all, right? You get some guy who's new to the market. Yeah, he could have good knowledge. He might be killing it, but unless he's gone and actually done the research of how different market conditions and how different... Like, you have to remember, I'm probably the only live streamer that has gone and streamed through a pandemic, 2 wars, and done it on a day-to-day basis. You have to realize there's not many people out there who have done that and documented that and have the experience live showing you how to trade those market conditions on a day-to-day basis. Like, that's just very rare to have that. So many people would not be able to trade. I've traded through the pandemic. I traded through JPY interventions. I've traded through three different you know, three different economic situations. So yeah, Castillo does it daily. But does he document it, right? Does he document every trade? I don't know who he is. Castillo. Does he document every trade on a sheet like this showing you entry to exit? You know, that would be the difference. Don Vo, yeah, he's probably one of the longest, yes. But unfortunately, it all blew up for him, right? So I'm not saying no one has done it, but I'm saying it's very rare, you know? So what I'm saying is you guys need to listen to this experience. You can't buy that experience. Right? The only thing you can buy is my knowledge to give you that experience. Like, you're lucky I'm telling you that for free right now. Like, there's so much more that I share. And that is the only thing you can buy. You can buy that experience, but someone has to teach you who is trustworthy enough that you know that what they're saying is coming from true experience. And for me, I don't need to prove to you by saying, hey, look at my Lambo, you can trust what I'm saying. All I have to say is, like, brother, go to my YouTube channel, press live, and go see how long I've been doing this shit for, you know? So I don't even need to prove to you with fancy cars and stuff like this, you know, and lifestyle and all of this shit. I can just show you how many streams I've done on a YouTube channel, and you guys can see. You know, that no need for me to prove things. Morning, Harry. Hope you're well. Doing very well, and yourself? I was very nervous to take a trade yesterday, literally one day from taking a payout. I hate that feeling. You have to treat it just like a combine, because at the end of the day, don't take that. That's probably the wrong way I spent it. But you have to have that same feeling, you know what I mean? In terms of not risk-wise and just, you know, screw it, but that it's okay. Like, you have to go with the process, you know? Regardless of outcome. As long as you're not over-trading, over-risking, doing stupid stuff, no matter what happens, is just literally the outcome. Because you know what's even more frustrating? What's more frustrating is you're nervous to take a trade, and then yesterday is a very straightforward day yesterday, right? We had, you know, super easy day yesterday, right? To capitalize off this. Lots of options. So it's normal, though. It's normal what you're going through. You know, you don't have to be like, oh, this is silly. It's fine. The main thing today is, if today is not a good session, then don't be chasing what happened yesterday. I left early because of it. I didn't see most of the options. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. I was also hesitating. Man, there were so many options yesterday. Yesterday, I just took one trade and called it. The one I told you guys. This one. Took this option. And then I just said, okay, I'm done, because I had to go attend that event. But yesterday, very straightforward. Like this option was very straightforward as well, just based off the 5. And then it pulled back after that as well. Actually, after 1, this is not smart. But we discussed that. This on US 30 here is actually hard trade to take, but it still played out. This one was the easiest one, the setup one. BRICS will crush the dollar. Let's see. Have you read any books on trading in your early days? No, I didn't read any of the trading books. Nothing can teach you trading. I think the trading books are good for trading psychology. What do you think about the gold being choppy nowadays? It's not choppy nowadays. It's not choppy. Just London is like that. Trader Bill, Tetra. Okay, that's just a promotion post. Who's here promoting? John? Oh, I know John. Why is he in here just promoting, man? That's interesting. Trading in the Zone, Best Loser Wins have to be one of the best books for psychology. Yeah, those are like the flagship books, and they are good books for psychology. I actually, when I started, I just read a summary of Trading in the Zone. Like there was like some YouTube video summary of what the book is about. But those are flagship. Like you can't go wrong reading them. That's my point. You know the 5-minute pullback entries you mentioned in NYSE, is it simple setup 2 or S5 relying on volume, or there's more to it? I'm hesitant to take it. You're absolutely correct. Yesterday, the difference would be you would wait for that 1-minute S5 as well together with it. But instead of trying to overcomplicate it, just take the S1 then, you know, this one here. you know, would be your only shot, to be honest, because now this is late because you missed this one. This was right after NYC. So you kind of have one option. You can take this one up here. Depends. I need to check if futures gave a bottom wick here. But when you're coming to take the pullback entries, this one's tough because it closed at this previous, you know, so I would say this entry is better, but it's very late in the session, you know, 8:15. So really your options are open trade, this trade here, and you hold that drawdown. It sucks, but it would just have to be done, right? So you would have taken that, hold that drawdown. This one, which is less of a headache. Those are your three trades. Those ones, that's like, then the rest gets hard. Because now you're like, you know, you have to put the realistic approach to trading. And the realistic approach to trading is, by this time here, even though we had such a massive push up here, by this time here, you're thinking, I'm late. I'm late. By this time, you're thinking, I'm late. No 5-minute structure. By here, you're definitely thinking, you're late to take a trade. So it's not reality. You know? Namit Prod, you said no one else shows live traders, just wanted the guys who are good traders, learned a lot, you're at the top. Oh, no, I was saying not about others showing live trades. I was talking about someone asked me about the experience of live trades. Definitely a lot. Most of those guys, my friend, well, not most, actually, Lorenzo's my good friend. Not talking about live trades, I was talking about experience. You know, people were saying like, okay, what about experience in the market? I was saying about live trading through different conditions in London specifically, you know. That's what I was speaking about, not about people taking live trades themselves. A lot of people do that, and those people are good. I always say this, my respect anyone who takes live trades on a stream automatically are way above a lot of people in this industry. Automatically. If you're someone at least who stays consistent for 6 months on a live stream. Like, I'm honestly the type of guy, like, don't speak to me about trading influencing if you have not sat there on a live stream for 6 months and showed you trading live. Don't speak to me about being an educator or helping people. Like, that has to be a standard. You know? Like, so few people do it because most can't, guys. Most can't because they just don't have the profitability. So we have 17 seconds for the 5 to close below here. I don't know if I trust a 5 on a day like today. I don't think it will close below anyways. The only reason I don't trust it is this big rejection wick here. See? You're the only person that I know have done lives for so long. Before there was a guy, there's others. There's others as well. I'm one of. Trading for yourself is one thing. Trading publicly is a whole different skill. Yeah, but I think it's like a good way to kind of legitimize yourself, you know? Sorry, misunderstanding, brother. Lorenzo said he was going to have you on his stream at some point. He has a great trading respect for you. Yeah, Lorenzo's a good guy. Lorenzo's been streaming, I think, just as much as me. Focuses on, you know, good things, good information. Like, this is how it should be, you know? Like, too many people in this industry don't want to, you know, be with each other or stuff like this where, man, we just vibe, you know? Like, there's a lot of guys in this chat who are OGs who come here to trade, to do a job, and to you know, focus in, including like even John here who's speaking. That's exactly who he is. He's here to you know, work, explore, trade. That's the community we need. We don't need a community who is I mean, you can't avoid it, but, you know. Primary reason I followed you is because you have live streams which are detailed to back up your data, to back up your credibility. Yeah, I agree. Any traders that sell discords aren't traders, they're salesmen. If you can trade successfully, you certainly don't need a discord. Now, although I can understand why you think like that, it is actually a bad mindset to have, and I'm going to explain to you. The reason, because it's like saying this. If your store was successful, you shouldn't open another branch. Why should you open another branch if you're a successful store? I shouldn't scale my company. Because there's no harm. If you have passion, if you actually want to help people, then someone has to teach someone. I learned trading from experimentation and information from others. You guys have learned trading from information from others. No one has figured this out fully by themselves. And that's just fact. Anyone who says otherwise is lying. No one has just pulled up a chart, never watched a YouTube video, and figured this all out themselves. So you need to have some sort of mentorship. And it's okay to charge for your time, and you should be paid for your time. Right? So in saying that, it's a bit of a minority mindset, because why not capitalize off something that you've done well? You know, you build an ecosystem. It's what I would want for others, you know. I push others in my group. I teach them how to expand into other things. I tell them to go do that. I'm not a guy who's scared about all of that. People who join my group, they tell me, some of them tell me, hey, I wanna work in the trading industry. I wanna do this, I wanna do that, I wanna teach in my language. I said, yeah, sure. Do X, Y, and Z first. We get them to do X, Y, and Z, then they start growing. I support it. I support it. Because we need more, better information out there. It's full of BS. You know what I mean? And that's the issue we have, is that outside is full of BS. So if I can create a group of great traders and they go out and educate themselves, no problem. At least we're doing good for the industry. At least people will stop losing stupid money from these scammers. At least they're going to get real information to make money. Right? That's what we want. We want people to make money, right? So we need to create the ecosystems to do that, because without ecosystems, it's very hard. So now we're going to get this 5-minute candle closing below. We'll see what last 30 seconds does. Does it push last 30 seconds? Bottom of range is here. We didn't have 1 minute structure. Okay. 30 minute is approaching. Bit of a tough way this is forming at the moment. I would prefer just a clean 15-minute candle close below. You know? That's how it is. There's a full Pinocchio. You can use a software called VS Code and free AI trial copilot that will make you what you see in 9 days on. Oh, okay. Thank you, brother. Hey, bro. Do I have your permission to use some of your strat in my future live stream? Of course, man. Of course. I don't. Even though this is the strat that I use and it's unique to me, I can't claim it, man. Anyone can use this strat and whatever they want, because it's like, I am my own trader. So yeah, of course you can, man. I mean, if you want to give me back in any way, then just mention, you know. Hey, I like some of the strategy you're using. Who did you learn from? I learned from XYZ. That's enough, man. I don't, you know. The more people using my strat, the happier I am. Use it. 3 minutes for this 15-minute candle to close here. I'm interested to see how we're going to close on this 15-minute. Also the 30-minute here. Harry, I see some traders, they say if you treat trading as a side income source, you'll never achieve success in trading. Is that right? No, it's wrong. It's wrong. I started to see success when I treated it as a side income source. When I treated it as a main income source, I started to lose. Because I put too much external pressure and expectations. Because to replace a main income source was harder than to add a side income source. Because a side income source, if I started adding to begin with $500 to my monthly income, that was good as a side income. But as a main income, it wasn't enough. But I couldn't even earn $500 a month at the time because I wasn't a good enough trader. So I was trying to earn a full-time salary of $4,000 or $5,000 and I couldn't even earn 500. So the minute I switched and said, "Look, let me make this a side income source," and started earning 500,000 per month, then it started to make sense in my mind. Then it was just about scaling. $50-minute setup 5 on Nasdaq coming. Yeah, that also does look interesting. Both gold and Nasdaq look interesting. I think I prefer Nasdaq, to be honest, more than gold. We're not late for a sell. We can go break even here. It's already 40 pips here. Both make sense, Nasdaq and gold. We need thunder on the 5 for gold. Is it closing bearish? Let's see, still 1 minute, so we'll see in 1 minute. Yeah, thunder on the 5 would be cool. I would like that, Steven. Or you can do OnlyFans. OnlyFans is hard because you need people to buy a subscription. At least with trading, you don't have to rely on other people. Plus, you lose your dignity as an OnlyFans. There's like so much you give away, you know? You're forever viewed in a certain way. You can't take away what's put online. It's like a big difference, you know? Don't know which one to take, NQ or to take... Problem with NQ is we tap this range, plus we have 1 hour break of structure, so this could be a retest. Gold, we're following momentum. Man, both make sense. This 5-minute close like this after retest is not too bad if we can get a good top wick. 56 pip stop loss, 30 pip break even. 1-to-1 is there. Oh, it's gonna close thunder as well. Oh, that's pretty nice. Let's see if we can get a top wick on gold. And we're getting good top wick. Gold has been nastier to me than NQ though. Oh, NQ's okay. So NQ made the decision. We're late on NQ. So I guess I have to take gold because I'm late on NQ. Did NQ open up really fast and break the high? Yeah, look for a short on gold. Try it out. Something like that. At least we have a 1-to-1 when we reach this level here. Still hasn't broke on my broker. I know it's broken here, but not on my broker. Is it the same for you guys? Still not on my broker. I'll just put it. Okay, that tapped me in. I want to see this push continue. Wonder what we reacted off just now. We reacted off something. 12 is not really a level I was looking for reaction. I don't know what this is a crazy reaction. 1 minute, there's no 1 minute. We have on futures a 15 minute. Let me check futures. Yeah, I don't like this reaction. No, we didn't tap on futures anything, man. One minute, we don't have anything as well. 1 minute. If I see on broker as well, I don't have anything. 1 minute on futures, I don't have anything. No, I can't manage this trade right now. I have nothing. Not until we tap this line on futures. Let's see how this 5 minute candle close. No top wick on this 5 minute. This is a tough trade to analyze here. $15-minute future? Yeah, we didn't tap anything on 15-minute. Yeah, I was close to managing. Too much going on, man, with this. It's too complex at the moment. There's too many things going on. I was super close to managing here, but then I said, okay, now we're rejecting this previous zone. It's just too much going on. 15 minute is still valid. 5 minute time frame still closed bearish. I was very close to managing when we were back in profit. I was like, oh, maybe I close half at entry. Maybe I close because of the uncertainty here. Now we have 1 minute break of structure. We're testing this zone here. Very, 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 very complex price action. We manipulate lows. Is this the manipulation of lows for upside, or is that the upside manipulation done this morning? This one here. Very, very difficult. Wait 7 minutes or wait for the 5 minute candle close. Yeah, it's not easy to manage these type of trades. I'm moving stop loss to above this high. Take 20 pips off my stop loss. I took this one. It will be a loss for sure. Nah, don't jinx yourself, man. I want to just see this 5 minute close. I'll manage based on this 5 minute close. We're closing strong, weak. Still making lower highs here. I'm gonna try not to overanalyze this trade and just see how it pans out here. We've already managed stop loss here by 20 pips. If I can wait 4 minutes would be great. We need to be able to breach below here right now. If we can't breach below here, then I should consider managing. Low volume right now. If it breaks this high, I'm gonna close for just 20 pip loss instead of 50 pip. Well, 60 pip. I'm just gonna accept it. It's really boring. I'll show you on my broker so you can see when I get tapped. Still not yet. All right. So minus 20 there. Best thing we can do is manage it. We're just ranging at the moment. We're gonna try find a better entry right here. We're gonna try find a better entry for sells. Let's see if the 5 can pull back. We can take the sells on the 5 pullback. Then we can get a tighter entry from up here. Something like this. We'll try get something like this in a minute. But we're not gonna hold this drawdown. No point of holding this drawdown. So we'll close out there. Lol, what was that? Explain. Terrible. It wasn't terrible, man. It wasn't terrible. It was a shot and we just got lack of volume now and we're trying to head a bit towards the upside, my friend. It wasn't terrible. It's just sometimes how London is these days, man. You know, you'll never... Gold is very complex in London these days. Very, very complex. And if we didn't manage, I would have taken a full stop loss here. So I would have lost a lot more, you know? So it's the best you can do as a trader. Managing your risk, getting out earlier. I mean, I more than halved my risk. It's very good to be able to more than half your risk in a position that is going to go against you, you know? So in all honesty, it's the best thing I could have done. You know, it was a tough trade, this trade. There was a lot of confirmation that price still was trying to continue to go down, but ultimately failed here to go down. Doesn't mean it can't retest here and start going down. We could start ranging. We don't know the outcome. It's a question mark right now. But in trading, you have to choose one outcome, right? And that outcome could be a downside move, could be an upside move. If it goes sideways, you're going to lose, you know? So it sucks. Of course it sucks, but you can't treat trading like that. Like if you took a buy right now, you're back at entry. So what are you going to do right now? You know, it's a scenario where we just need to see what price wants to do. And then we can try follow it. We need price to have volume. We need price to have continuation. If we have that, then we can join the party. If price is going to manipulate lows, manipulate highs, and not give us a direction for the day, then we can't do anything about it. Losing less than half of what I intended to lose is going to be the best case scenario here, because if I win the next trade, I make back that back plus more. So it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. No one likes it. No one wants to be part of that scenario. NQ, you had to get in early, man. You had to get in early on NQ on the S5. But apparently it just jumped up. I didn't watch it when it opened, but it looked like it just jumped up. You have to get in from here, break of high. Now you're holding this trade. There's no such thing as second entries, especially in London. Your second entry is going to be where your first entry is. So now if this pulls back though, it can give you something, you know? Gold is rejecting again. I see a lot of you guys are analyzing my trade in chat, and I appreciate you analyzing my trade, but let the session play out and I'll show you what I mean. You know, people are saying it's tough to sell, you can't sell here. We're not going up, my friends. You know? We're not going up, my friends. You know, a lot of people are saying, people now say, I did say your SL shouldn't be higher. Put your SL there, bro. It's always me to blame, and you guys are saying that, but look, just 5 minutes ago in chat, people were saying, price is going up, you should have taken a buy. What about now? Just when this happens in trading, guys, don't jump to conclusions. Everyone's a smart trader after the fact. Everyone says, I told you so. You should have done this. You should have done that. Such a common mindset. It's a very bad mindset to have, because if you did know that, this should be easy for you right now. You should be milking the market. But we know that's not a reality, so don't let the market like this fool you. You know? Just let the outcome play. You made a decision. You know? Once you make a decision, do what you can in your power to manage the position or to use it properly, and then move on. You know? Excellence is here saying you should be SL higher. What? So what? You should take break of low here, put SL all the way up here, 100 pips for a target here of 30 pips. It's a different trade. It's an intraday trade. And the rules are anyways, you know, stop loss above the candle that closed below. So I don't think we had 5-minute structure as well. Yeah, that stop loss is valid. Nas on S5 potentially. Thanks, Steven. Let's have a look. Probably a bit deep, man. I wanted the first one. Five minutes for this. Let's see how it reacts off this previous range. Maybe we can get back in this range. I mean, sending an S3 here would be a setup, but I don't know if we're going to lose volume at the moment. I really want to be in from this setup. How much would we be up in this setup? How much? Let's see. 15 points. Yeah, it's like already a 0.9. It's deep in the original move. You'd be out break even, yeah. I'll probably go break even at this previous level. I have my reason, partially because the SL were placed directly on the 4 hours, so if a retest was to happen, it would hit. But we had the retest before, and also this is not a retest, this is deep. This is too far for a retest. Retest would be just around here, around these structures. You know, but in this breakout trade, I'm not expecting a retest. And then once we did that 1 minute push back up here, that's my retest. My retest I'm looking for is this, exactly what we were getting. That should be my retest. The exact way price has been moving. But if you notice, it's been... Look at this. I just want to show you. This is where maybe you don't see it this way, right? Let's rewind and let me show you. So let's look at this downwards move here. Okay. So we get this downwards move, this trend here before we break out. And we are retesting in the trend. Here we retest previous structure. Here we retest previous structure. Here we retest previous structure twice. So we go and then we manipulate one more time and then we come back down, right? So in that sense, there's no need to break this high. If we break this high, we're probably going way deeper and could potentially be a reversal. So if we're looking to be part of this trending move towards the downside, we shouldn't really need, if we break this low and we tap the 30, that would be break even anyways. But if we come for a retest, that retest should not break this structure here. We should maybe retest somewhere in here and continue down. So the fact that this not only did this broke this structure for the second time and broke this structure again and came up really deep, this one, it is actually a full anomaly of what has been happening. If you look at all the recent price action, here we broke structure one time. We broke structure one time, then we ended up retesting previous level. Here we broke structure twice. Look at this. Boom, massive break. 2 breaks of structure at once. So that's a very deep. So even if you are running stops above a safe, so even if you expected there to be a deeper retest above here and you ran stop loss above this structure here, you're still stopped out. So you need to be running stops above here, but now you're losing your risk to reward. You might as well swing trade. right? Because now you're just saying, I'm so unconfident about how far this can come back, I'm gonna put stop loss crazy. And then you might not even get a 1-to-1 in the session. London Open can come in 3 minutes and reverse the whole move towards the upside. And then you're gonna lose because it's hard to manage. Because if you were going to manage, then maybe you manage on the 15-minute. So we want to optimize from point A to point B and catch impulses, because impulses is going to be maybe more profitable in the long run. You know, so you always have those dilemmas, right? Like, look right now, it's still not going anywhere. Gold is still not going anywhere. It has all the liquidity it needs. It's still failing to just give a one push, but it's not going up. So many people wrote to me in chat, bro, you wrong direction, wrong direction. I could be wrong, but we're not going up. So for the time that I was in the trade, I was right. But I'm not a rocket scientist to predict that this shit is going to happen the time I enter the trade. You know? And that condition by itself makes it extremely hard. Extremely hard. If you look at 30-minute on gold, its previous high, shorts are valid. Yeah, shorts are still valid. I never said it wasn't valid, you know. But my point is that I don't want to run the 100 pip SL because I haven't seen a 100 pip move. Right? I'm shorting here. If I run a 100 pip SL like this, my target for 1-to-1 is here. It's a pretty big move to happen in London. How can I be guaranteed? And I have to move break even here. It just becomes complex. It's not valid. It's not valid. That's what I'm trying to say. That's why even Excellence said the same thing. He said the same thing, and I'm not disagreeing against him. I'm telling him the dilemma is that now you start extending stop loss, right? Like every time you put your stop loss higher, so does the TP have to go higher to get paid. You know? This is where the issue lies. So here's London Open, guys. 1 hour time frame continued to close bearish. Nice bearish candle close. 30-minute continued to close bearish. 15-minute continued to close bearish. 5-minute continued to close bearish. There is a possible for re-entry, but now I'm approaching very low towards this zone here. And if I double check futures, I think we've tapped the zone on futures. We're about a couple of points away from the zone, so still not tapped. Was there valid S5 on US30? I don't trade US30 in London, so I haven't checked it, but we could have a look. Where's the S5? Can you send me a chart so I can see what you're looking at exactly? Yeah, exactly. Like you're right. Like you can keep a stop loss there, but the problem is like there's so many levels in between, right? Then you're kind of saying that I'm not gonna go break even today. Let me just see if it plays out, which it very well could, you know. It's just that unknown, you know. So I rather just be paid rather than not. Here it goes to play out. It just pisses me off, man. It's just been like this, and like everyone thinks I don't know what I'm talking about, man. It's just, and I do. It's just these things, I can't predict these things, man. And I talk about manipulation, and I thought that this was the manipulation today, but it obviously needed more. Now you do get your 100 pip move as well, by the way, man. Wow. Did it pay the 1-to-1? I think it did. It should do. Bro, you see excellence? Look. Still, like after that, you're 0.87. That's the problem. That's a great move, but it looked like it paid the 1-to-1. You see, that's my problem with this. Is now I'm thinking to myself, what the hell do I do? Even if you run this, right, which is the correct stop loss, you're still only 50% to TP. And then you put the aggressive stop loss like this, which you get paid, right? You get paid with this here. You get paid with this, but then if you got stopped out, we're saying the same thing. So that's my point, is like, you're not wrong in saying that, but at the time, you know. So maybe change your wording to like, instead of you should have, say maybe, was it a correct idea to have stop loss higher? And then we can discuss it, because you're not wrong, but there's no you should have in trading. You know, especially, you know. It's all good, man. I'm just saying, for your own mental health, right? And for the positivity, because these situations can be frustrating as a trader. But if we all just get frustrated about it even more and more, everything's gonna be worse, you know? Like, don't let that do that to you. It's not a good idea. Like, I'm just happy we managed, man. I'm just happy we managed. Like, it's the best thing I could have had, because I would have taken full loss here, lost $1,000+ At least I'm only losing half of that, a little bit less than half of that. It's better than nothing. Because there was no way, with my stop loss in today's trade, there's no way I get out of this. The only thing that was absolutely right today was my analysis. So, like I said, and I'm going to rewind the stream, and I'm going to show you professionalism. I said everyone was telling me why my trade was wrong, why selling was wrong. People are saying I should have bought. People are saying I should have bought break of 15-minute high. Please realize, I have my reasons. And that's why I said just calm down. Don't make an analysis now. Don't tell me what I should and should not done. Let it play out. Then we can analyze. And it's a waste of energy. It's a common mistake I see traders do. Because guess what? When you lose a trade, you start analyzing directly. Okay, what happened? It should be going up. And that analysis, I'm giving you facts here, guys. I'm giving you facts. That analysis is going to lead you to take a position again. It's going to lead you, because you're going to start building in your brain all of this. But I should have done, if I did this, oh, now we're fake out. This is the London liquidity grab. Let me take the buy. This should be the buy for London session. And boom, you take that buy. And now you lose again. And now you take two losses, right? You take the sell, you lose. You take the buy, you lose. Then you're too scared to enter this. Or maybe you're a full FOMO trader, you enter it, but you put safe stop loss so you don't get caught out again. And now you have 100 pips stop loss, but you only move 60 pips. And this is where you can turn a day where I lose 0.4% into a day where you lose 5%. That fast. See how NQ is doing? Still not at 1-to-1 on NQ, man. And we failed to close above here. I wonder 8 minutes, if we survive 8 minutes, how's 5-minute structure? I mean, there's a chance in 3 minutes here to take a 5-minute trade. It's just the second option of the session. And in New York, with my eyes closed, I do it. London, second option of the session, not always the best idea. Plus, we're on top of a loss. So if maybe not taking a loss, we can afford it. I could risk 0.5%. And if I win, I make back what I lost. And if I lose, I only lose what I intended to lose. You see, that's also a smart way of thinking. Or I could save all my bullets for NY. There's like, so there's options here. I think if you take it, man, you might have to take the 5 close. Waiting for the 15 is too much. How do you get your charts to save? You go top right here and you press copy link. Is it okay to trade NQ in the London? Yes, exactly. I don't see any problems. I thought it would be a problem, but trading NQ in London is actually not too bad. Could take on futures as well, then, you know, it's a separate account. We'll see. But yeah, you're asking 15 compared to 5. I think waiting for the 15, unless the 5 closes below, it's obvious, right? But if the 5 does close above in 25 seconds, then it needs to be done on 5. My London win rate has dropped significantly. Mine has due to just stupid reasons like this, man. Like yesterday doesn't manipulate pushes heavy. Today, it's such tight margins, man. Like every time my analysis is right, every time. But even if my analysis was right and I put like a really big stop loss here, I don't get paid. I don't get paid right now. Maybe it does end up paying. I don't know yet. We'll have to see. I need to analyze end of session. But, you know, if I put that big stop loss, I'm not at 1-to-1. I came close, but now I'm sitting at break even. So does it come back to break even? Who knows? Have you traded Asia? Amazing, Asia, man. Asia is amazing. I just sleeping in that time, you know. I love Asia. Asia, I review it every day and it has great options, Asia. Today, obviously, a little bit slower after the big pushes yesterday. But Asia is great. But New York, for me, is just as good. Like, not just as good, but yeah, I would say it is on par, right? For me, New York has been very, very good. I have like an 85% win rate in New York. Last time I lost a trade in New York, I don't even remember my last lost trade. I really don't remember. I think it was 2.5 weeks ago. But in that same session, I made it back. I made it back that same session. So that's what's nice, you know. I've been messing with 5-minute strategy since Monday while waiting for our trades. It's done 3 GBP. However, my commission 269. Jesus, man, what are you trading with 269? You need to. That's not right, man. That's not right. That's nuts. Hello. Okay, so how many trades are you taking per day on that? So I need to calculate if this is right. Otherwise, you're being overcharged commission. You need to switch brokers. That's and what lot size are you posting? If you were to trade Asia, how many hours would you trade it? Maybe like 6 hours. 6 hours I would trade Asia. I'm getting losses on gold due to the spikes. Can you suggest me beginner friendly? Bro, I don't blame you. I've been also struggling with the spikes, man. And if I wait for the spikes, they don't happen. I need to really analyze how to however many I can catch. 3 lots cost £15. On what pair? On GBP USD. Yeah, so it's around normally $7 per lot. So that's around correct, yes. So then you must be using high lot size, very, very small target. So it's right. Okay, I want everyone to notice this, guys. I hate to be like the guy to have to shove this in your face, but I feel like people need to know about why I have my reasons and rhymes. Even though 90% of people have left stream. We took a short. If you run the big stop loss, you don't get paid. Now it's back to break even. What are you doing? Right? You take you get enough to be. It's just, that's the whole point I was telling you guys. It's just not enough juice for that 100 pip. And I know that. I know that that would be a higher percent chance. And this is proof. Literally everything I've said has been true. They are small trades, just previous candle stop loss. Yeah, but how much target in pips? Can you tell me what's your target in pips? If it's like 1-2 pips, it makes sense why your commission adding that much. But if it's more, then you shouldn't have that problem. You're over exploiting yourself, justifying things shoulda, coulda, just let it go, man. Yeah, I get it, but you know, I feel I have the right to explain myself. It's for other people's interests as well, just so that they can understand. Target is previous 5 candles, so you're only going whatever the candle moved. But sometimes that's like not as much. That's like still 3-4 pips. What pairs mostly? Because still that seems high. So 15-minute failed to close above here, guys. It is valid if a 15 closes above here. If not, we're probably going to start ranging. It is the second shot, so I don't really like second shots as much. Crazy thing here is even if I took the 15, like today is a session where I'm just not, even with this 16-point stop loss, 13-point target, it's just not happening today. Even if I took this one. But I'd rather taken this one because the outcome would have been break even. Now the crazy thing on gold is I could have let the outcome be break even on gold today. But I just saw reasons to hold it, which obviously did play out, but this sad face. This is what this is. You see what this is? This is what this is. Understand? This is what this is. I'm not gonna say anymore. Let's see what GJ did though. I swear, okay, yeah, it's back to how it was. What the hell? This is worse. This is Chinese torture method. Look at this Chinese torture method. Liquidity grab the lows 3 times. Liquidity grab the highs 3 times. Doesn't go anywhere. Chinese torture method. Anyways, love you guys. Take care. Much love. Hopefully catch you on the next stream. And speak to you guys soon. Check out my New York trades so you guys can learn from it, because you can be cooking in NY. And yeah, take care everyone. Speak to you guys very, very soon. Much love.